just get it over with. Just hit me. No. Listen, I'm a freaking chef, okay? Here, let's say be honest. Come on, that was cool. That was cool. Okay, if you couldn't already tell, it did get a little bit darker. Okay, the reason for that being is because I was trying to charge a microphone, but in reality, it didn't work. So again, I'm sorry about the audio. It's really not gonna be good. I really just hope it doesn't sound like a freaking ocean like it did last time. But anyways, we're gonna be reading Reddit stories. Crazy Reddit stories. Explosion should be happening right now at this moment as I speak. Okay, first things we're gonna do is, am I the a-hole? These ones are pretty fun. So, yeah. And I'm gonna be reading, can you see this? I'm gonna be reading off my computer, so if I look down, that's why. Okay, first story. AITA, so am I the a-hole, for asking my best friend to break up with his uneducated, unemployed girlfriend so we can be together. Whoa, that's bright. You know what, let's read it and then we can summarize, okay? I know the title makes me seem like a, can't say that word, I'll get demonetized, but it's a female dog, okay? But I couldn't think of another way to summarize it in one go. We'll call him Dean and we'll call his girlfriend Helen. Okay, Dean, Helen, we're trying to get Dean. Basically, I'm a university student, an interned at a marketing company over the last few summers. Dean was my boss there, and we became really close friends. Our friendship moved outside of work, and I no longer interned there at all. The more we talked, the more I fell for him. He's incredible, hardworking, successful, funny, the whole package. Falling for your boss? I guess it's not her boss anymore, but his girlfriend is not. She's actually a loser. She's uneducated and unemployed. Whoa, okay.
Unemployed, hungry, dirty, sad.
Well, I guess we really hate this girl. All right, Helen, guess you're a loser. Helen dropped out of high school because of family problems. Apparently, her mom has severe anxiety and depression, overdosed multiple times when Helen was a kid. Okay, it doesn't matter, like, who you are. Like, okay, you can be, like, how do I phrase this? Having, like, a parent who can't be there and, like, that's just hard. That's so hard on a kid, regardless of how they act as a person. Like, it's hard, you know what I mean? So I don't know, and honestly, I get it. I get how she had to drop out of high school, because if your mom has almost overdosed multiple times, you would never want to leave her, to be honest. Okay, anyways, back. Overdosed multiple times when Helen was a kid, and would have breakdowns, threatened to hurt herself if she was left alone. So Helen stayed home with her, and still does when necessary, because her father can't get retired. Over the years, Helen had admitted it's weighed on her own mental health. She's seen a psychiatrist and takes medication. Yeah, well, if someone almost overdoses in your life multiple times, it's gonna, kind of make you not all there. Like, what? Okay. She's developed her own irrational anxiety. She's had some jobs over the years. In the hours her dad is home with her mom from work, but would have screaming/crying panic attacks while on the job. She has them at home sometimes too, at night. But she can calm herself down okay, apparently. Subsequently, she's never finished school or held down a job. Well, after the information you just told me, I don't really wonder why. Dean and I have talked about it many times. He insists she's doing her best, that she does all the cooking, cleaning, laundry, yard work, etc. at her home. She gets a very small amount of money from her father for this weekly. She also does video games, streaming. She also does video game streaming and makes some money from that. Barely any, I think. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say this. Can y'all hear my computer? It's about to blow up. But if her and this Dean guy, if Helen and this Dean guy are living together and she doesn't have a job, but he has a very stable job where he makes a lot of income for the both of them, I mean, she's doing the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the yard work. It's kind of like 50-50 though. No, is it not? Okay. They've been together for 5 years, and he's come to terms with the fact that she may never work or get educated. Dean has a marketing degree, but he doesn't seem to care. He says he will provide financially. Okay. And he's okay with her being a stay-at-home mom someday, or even just a stay-at-home wife. It seems to me like this girl's jealous. Ooh, should I say that? Seems to me like this girl is jealous. Like, okay, yeah, I'm jealous of Helen too. Okay, I DM'd him, asked him why he's even in love with her, how he fell in love with her, just why. I don't get it. He can do so much better. He said this: I fell in love with her for many reasons. She's sweet, kind, cute, and she always sees the best in people, even with everything that she's been through. I think she's funny, beautiful, intelligent, and is always trying to do some good. I like that she's random, silly, quirky, and passionate AF. I like how competitive she is, because I'm competitive too. I like that she's athletic. I like how she cooks things top of the dome without the need to Google everything like me. I love her Google. I love her giggle, and I really love her smile. I like her singing voice and, well, all of her voices. I like her hugs and her kisses. I like when her fingers are in my hair. I like the things that she draws or makes from her hand. I like it when she holds my hand. I like her taste in memes. And I like her taste in music. I like her puns and her humor. I really like her presence. I really like her dance moves and how she's good at everything. I like that she liked to help people. I generally like the person that she is, always have. I admire her a lot and will always want her for myself. So what I'm seeing here is go get yourself a man like Dean, because that was a paragraph. Whoa. I told him how I felt about him. See, honestly, I'm always gonna say shoot your shot, because you only live once. But if they're in a 5-year relationship, let alone a 5-year good relationship, ooh, I might have just left it. Yeah, I might have just left it there. Just, oof. Telling him how you feel. Okay, let's just read. I told him how I felt about him, how I'm in love with him, and that I wish she wasn't around. Okay. He said, well, I'm lucky that she is. I don't know what I'd do without her. Okay. Can we just get a round of applause for Dean? Honestly. Like, come on now. Honestly, like, I don't know. I don't want to be, like, rude by saying this, but it kind of seems like the girl, whoever wrote this, is kind of just jealous of Helen. like she's making up these things about how like she really doesn't do anything. I sense a little bit of jealousy. I told him he's just comfortable and he's staying with her because it's been a long time. So unfortunately that's not the cause. That I've been at a place in my life where I thought I couldn't go on without certain people, but I survived, and he would too. He said this, well, I don't want to, so I'd appreciate you not saying things like, I wish she wasn't in the picture. That's awful. If you cared at all about me, then you'd say that I'm lucky to have her and respect that, you know? Honestly, that was probably the best response, honestly. I'm gonna say it. Holy crap, it is dark in my room right now. What the flip? Okay, so he mainly won't leave her, and I don't understand why. With the little money she earns, she saves up to do some very special things for him. Got him a cameo from his favorite actress, took him to see his favorite sports team in the playoffs, got him a PS5. She's taking him to his favorite band this summer. She also does sweet stuff for him, like give him random cards, drawing, paintings, crap like that. I think maybe that's the real reason he stays with her, but I could do that stuff for him too. She had years to do it. I'm studying hard. I work as a barista to get through school. Love talking to him. I love spending time with him. He means the world to me. Does anyone have advice on how I can win him over? Maybe by taking a step back. Maybe don't tell him that his girlfriend of 5 years is worthless. Possibly. I just want him for myself. And I'm the better choice for him. He just doesn't realize it right now. What can I do here? So basically, let there be light, right? Oh, okay. So basically what you can do here, here's some advice. Okay, it's so dark in my room I can't. Here is some advice. Here's what you're gonna do. You're actually gonna block his number. You're gonna block his number. Crazy, right? But didn't you say that you've lost certain people that you thought you couldn't survive without, but you did? Yeah. So we're gonna block his number. I'm sorry. If I was Helen, and I saw these messages of my boyfriend of 5 years texting this chick, and she's saying, I'm not good enough, I don't do enough, I don't have a job, like complaining about me and saying that he should leave me. Oh man. Okay, so hands would be thrown. Oh my gosh. I want to see what okay, let's see what people like commented. Oh my gosh, she made a whole manual script of like screenshots. She sounds like a lovely, smart, and strong woman. Going through all that and still being a good person shows how amazing she is. Good for you, girly. Literally, her mom tried to overdose multiple times and she had to drop out of high school, and yet she's still nice to people. Whew. Wow. I don't... Sounds like a girl I knew in college. She fell in love with her guy best friend and harassed him, just like this girl is doing. She cried for weeks when he ended the friendship. There's no reason with people like this. Honestly, like I am now a Helen stan. I can't even. Okay. Next story. Let's go.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. Okay. You may be wondering, Bella. Actually, you're probably not wondering at all, but why is the sound quality better? And why are you randomly in a different outfit? in a different setting with a light blaring at you. Let's just say, okay, this needs to back up, please. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's just say your girl had a $50 Amazon gift card. Okay, I love this chair, but this is the only problem. Okay. Okay, it was definitely way too loud, so hopefully this isn't as loud. But this next story is AITA for not wanting to invite my mom to my wedding. I've heard a lot of stories like this, so hopefully this is juicy. Okay, anyways. So I'm getting married in October and am beyond excited. I'm having one small issue with my mother. My parents are divorced and my dad comes from a family of 5 kids, quote unquote big family, which has given me a large extended family. My mom has a small family. She is one of 2 and she and her brother do not talk anymore. Her mom, my grandma, whom I was very close with, is too sick to attend, and her dad, my grandpa, has passed. Now, to the situation, my mother has been trying to invite some of her friends who I do not like. Ooh, pause there, hot take. I always get so mad when people will be like talking about their wedding and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, these people are coming and I really don't want them to come. Why are they invited then? Simple as that. You don't invite them. You don't invite them. Sorry. Anyways. Her friends are not my friends, and I don't really care to have them at my wedding. I've tried to calmly say they're not my family and I do not care for them to come, and she has answered back, but John's family is coming. My dad, quote unquote. And I have to answer, no, not John's family, my family. And the response has not been kind. She feels as though it's unfair my dad has a support system at the wedding and she does not. I somewhat understand, but they are not only his support system, they are my aunts, uncles, and first cousins, approximately 20 in total. Okay. If this was me personally, I would have said, you know what, you can invite one friend for moral support, but at the same time, why do you need moral support at my wedding? Girl, you're coming there for me. Yeah. Because, like, why isn't she inviting? Because it never said she didn't talk to her sister, so why isn't she inviting her sister? I don't know. Our wedding is small, it's 80 people, and we have. That's small? I don't even know, like, more than 10 people. Holy crap. Okay. And we have kept our list to just blood relatives and close personal friends. We are trying to keep our wedding small and intimate while not breaking the bank budget wise. The kitchen at the venue can also only host 90 people, so we've been trying to keep it under that number comfortably. And honestly, that makes so much sense. Like, weddings now are so expensive for no reason. As soon as you say, like, you can go to a venue and be like, yeah, I'm having a party, and the price will be like, I don't know, like $2,000. And then as soon as you say, oh, I'm having a wedding, somehow it goes up to like $10,000. And baby, that's just to get into the place. Yeah, that's just to step through the door, actually. Yeah. Okay. Back to my mother. I'm trying to stand my ground and tell her I do not want these people in attendance. I've even responded with, if I have a relationship with that people, I'm happy to consider. But the people that she wants to bring, I've not met or haven't seen since being young. We had a phone call tonight and she has kept pushing me, and I finally said plain and simple, I do not want these people here. Her response has been a lot. Things like, absolutely ridiculous for you to fight me on this. I'm not your doormat. And I'm not going to stand for this. At the point now where I have enough. Wait, what? Sorry. I'm at the point now where I've had enough. Do I just cave in and let her friends come, or do I double down on how I feel and keep saying no? Am I the a-hole? No, you're not. Okay. No, because, like, why? I don't understand people that, like, invite, like, random people to their wedding that they barely even know. Like, no, this is your, like, this is my wedding. I want to know who's there. But I think that the reasonable thing is, since, the dad has so many people that he can talk to, I think let her bring one friend. Be like, you can bring 1 + 1, and then that's it. You can't bring, like, 15. Why are we bringing 15 people? You don't need that. And I hate how, like, the mother in this is kind of, like, acting how, like, she's acting like this is a party for her. Like, that she's gonna be, like, partying with her friends all night. Girl. Okay. Okay. AITA for not inviting my broke friend to a concert. Some of these titles on Reddit, I'm just like, what is this title context? Like, oh my gosh, this microphone is making me so mad. Straight up. Yeah, I don't care. Okay. Let's just prepare ourselves. Okay. Last year, my best friend and I had a falling out. I'm still not fully sure how much of it was on me. The final incident involved a concert we had been talking about going to for months, but never made solid plans for until the week before. At that point, she was struggling financially, and had already said she couldn't really afford even one day. Tickets had gone up in price, and it appeared that one-day tickets were sold out, leaving only the 2-day option, which was much more expensive. Wait, they must be at something called, like, they must be at, like a Coachella type of thing where it's like multiple artists play in one day. I might be wrong on that though. Okay. I still really wanted to go and didn't want to miss it. Around this time, I had also gotten closer to a new group of friends who had been hanging out with both of us. A pattern had formed where we would all talk about plans. But my best friend often wouldn't end up coming because she chose to stay home with her husband or take care of her pets. Pets. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay. We're all 21 at this point. The night before the concert, one of our friends texted me saying they wanted to meet up with another group and decide whether to buy the tickets at the venue. There was a pre-party with a parade and stuff. Okay. Everything was last minute, and I agreed without bringing it up to my best friend. Part of my reasoning was timing, and part of it was assuming the cost made it unrealistic for her anyway, which I now recognize wasn't a great call. I don't know though, because in that moment, like, you don't want the person to feel like bad that they can't go. Like, you're making them feel bad that they don't have the money to go. I don't know. Let's keep reading. We still got 2 paragraphs somehow. We ended up going and buying the 2-day tickets. The next morning, 1-day tickets for the second day suddenly became available, and I reached out to my best friend to see if she wanted to go, since that was the artist she actually wanted to see and it was less expensive. Around that time, she posted about feeling disappointed by people close to her to her close friends. And I didn't immediately realize it was about me, and my response didn't land well. It turned into a bigger conversation where she said she felt we didn't share the same values, so I later understood the real issue was feeling excluded. I okay. I hate people who will post about like their feelings towards you, or like they'll repost their feelings towards you, but when it comes to actually facing face to face with you and telling you how they feel, they don't. Instead, they post about it, they repost about it, they talk to others about it instead of literally coming face to face with you and saying, "Hey, like, oh, I feel like you're excluding me," or something like that. It gets on my nerves so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay. I do take responsibility for that. So she takes responsibility for leaving her out, even though I reached out about day 2. It likely felt too late since I had already gone the first day. I was very focused on myself and the experience and didn't stop to think about how it might feel from her perspective. My intention wasn't to leave her out entirely, but I can see how it looked like I went without her after talking about going together, and that understandably hurt her. Okay, hot take right now. I do kind of see both sides, because I feel like if you're the friend in that situation and you guys were, or the other friend who like felt left out, and you're like talking about it for weeks on end, like, oh, going to this concert together, and then the other one goes without you, without telling you, yeah, you'd feel a little left out. But I do also see from the other perspective, the girl who originally wrote this wasn't trying to like make her feel bad about like not having the money to go. Okay, one comment says, just to clarify, she said beforehand she can't afford to go. Last minute, separate friends invited you for the more expensive 2 days versus just the one. You decided to go. That's the gist of it. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been the thoughtful thing to do to just shoot. Oh, I mean, it probably would have been the thoughtful thing to do to just shoot her a text and confirm that she can't make it. But last second, she said she couldn't afford it. You don't need to run everything by her. My buddy asked me to go to a Super Bowl. I say I can't because I can't afford it. Then he goes to the Super Bowl. What right do I have to be upset? Yeah, see, like, that's what I'm kind of getting at here. Like, she did say from the get go that, like, she can't afford it. So, even if she would have asked, I'm guessing she would have said no. So, alright, we're going to do one more small one. Okay. This isn't really a small one, but it seemed interesting, so I had to do it, okay? So, AITA for calling out an exchange student for not actually washing dishes when everyone already thinks I'm lazy. Mm-hmm. I, 17 female, feel like I'm losing my mind and need an outside perspective. For context, I'm very busy. I dance over 24 hours a week, babysit when I can, and I'm in all advanced classes at school and on the honor roll. Not to brag, lol. I'm almost never home. Okay. My family also decided to host 2 exchange students this year, which brings our household to 9 people total. Ooh. Since I can't have a real job because of school and dance, it's been a running joke / accusation since I was like 13 that I'm lazy and do nothing, which honestly hurts because I'm exhausted all the time. Anyway, this happened the day after my exams. I woke up early and cleaned the kitchen before anyone else was awake, then went upstairs to work out. When I came back down, one of the exchange students, quote unquote Kyle, had made himself breakfast. My mom asked me to make an early lunch / dinner for all the kids. Quote unquote, we were all high school age, so I started cooking. Okay, when I say quote unquote, I mean parentheses. If that makes sense. I don't know why I keep on saying quote unquote. Makes me seem cool, I guess. Kyle finished eating and went to wash his mug, pan, and spatula. Went to wash. I didn't really watch him because I was busy cooking. Later, I went to grab a spoon and noticed there was still egg stuck in the pan and wooden spatula he was supposedly washed. Oh, egg? Ew. Ugh, I hate eggs. I'm so like I used to eat like egg sandwiches, like breakfast egg sandwiches all the time, but I hate eggs now. Like I hate eating them. If I have to eat an egg, like I start gagging. I'm not even joking. Okay. So I asked him if he washed them. He said yes. I showed him the pan and said there was still egg on it. He literally looked at it in my hand and had the audacity to say, "Where? WTF, there's literally egg flakes coming off of it." I was already annoyed, but stayed calm and just asked him to please wash it properly. I even said that I get that wooden spatula is annoying to clean and suggested using a silicone one next time. If I was like an exchange student and I was living with a host family, I feel like you would want to make sure like the dishes are fully clean. Because like you don't want to seem rude. Like it's not even your house. Anyways, he then rewashed it using a huge brush, no soap, and barely scrubbed. I bit my tongue because the living room was full of people scrolling TikTok, and I knew if I snapped, I'd be painted as the dramatic, lazy one. Meanwhile, I had cleaned the kitchen, cooked breakfast, and was now cooking lunch/dinner for everyone. And yet I'm still labeled as someone who does nothing. I ended up eating the meal by myself because no one would get off their phones to come eat. The whole reason I made dinner early was because I'm driving my sister Marley to basketball, Kyle and Jake to ice skating, then going to dance and teaching, and picking everyone up afterward. Before anyone asks why my mom doesn't talk to the boys about cleaning, she thinks it's my job because I'm the oldest teen and that she shouldn't have to parent anymore. Mm-mm. Just that line, shouldn't have to parent anymore. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If someone ever catches me saying that to my kids, slap me. Slap me. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, I get it. When you get older and your kid gets like 15, 16, 17, yeah, they can cook for themselves. They can clean for themselves. But girl, if you become a parent, you're a parent for life. This just pissed me off. Oh my gosh, and I hate when like parents will just pin everything on one child. Like they'll pin it all on one child. Like there'll be a golden child and then there'll be a child that gets pinned on everything. Makes me so mad. Okay. Before anyone asks why my mom doesn't talk to the boy. Okay, I already read that. So am I the that was my beat, by the way, for being upset and calling out the fact that the dishes weren't actually cleaned, or am I just overreacting because I'm tired and fed up? Girl. So this is my advice to you. Once you turn 18, get out of there. Get out of there while you still can. Oh my gosh, that actually makes me so mad. And like, I don't even know what to say to that because it just makes me like, it makes me so mad. Like, why? I feel like even if she's in honor classes and dance, like she's 17. I get it, she's 17, she's the oldest. Can't these other kids drive? Like, they can even ride their bicycle. I don't know, bicycle to those streets to hockey practice. I don't know. I don't know. Or like, okay, maybe yeah, like she can drive them there. But like, don't they have teammates? They can get a ride back home, and if they can't, better get on that bicycle. Better get on that bicycle. Mm-hmm. I get if you have like, oh, maybe you have like one or two siblings, and you're like, oh, I gotta take them to their sports or whatever. But when there is 9 people in this household, and you have to take, what did she say she had to do? She had to take her sister to basketball, the kid to ice skating, and then she had to go to dance and teaching after. Yeah, I don't know. That actually made me really mad. Also, I'm using my Squishmallow, but... Oh, I just threw my computer. Okay. Ooh, whoa. I'm getting a little close and personal. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh no, we're falling. Anyways, that's gonna conclude it for this video. Yeah, okay, I keep on looking myself in the camera. I need to look over here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. That was crazy, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys want more of these. I'm thinking of maybe doing like a scary version, like where it's like, oh my gosh, this ghost just came up and